Finally, I have created a dedicated Twitter account just for Sorare posts. I finally have done it. It's called It's Haber Sorare. I am still debating on whether I change it to Haber Sorare or something as the name, because obviously you have to type in It's Haber Sorare, all one word, to find it on Twitter. I might figure out a way to make that easier, but I'll leave a link in the description down below if you guys want to follow me. That's where I'll be tweeting about all things Sorare and whatnot, and just sort of talking about stuff that I want to talk about that isn't for like the main Twitter, because I'll be honest with you, people on my main Twitter do not care about Sorare, and it just kills my like discoverability on there when I tweet about stuff that no one cares about on my account if it's not football or FIFA related. So yeah, if you guys want to stay tuned and get involved, please, I'll be following people back and chatting to everyone on there. Now, the title of this video is something like I am insanely lucky or something. I'm not entirely sure. First of all, I want to see how we're doing this week. We're currently sat in all the sweats on for this. So we actually have currently 2 rare rewards. I actually think this could become potentially 3 rare rewards this week, potentially, because we are sat on 276 points right now in Cap 240 rare, and neither AA scores have come through for Lee Myung-ju and Ki Sung-young. I don't know what they'll get, but both of them seem to average a solid, like, Ki Sung-young can get like a 50 plus AA, Lee Myung-ju can get like a 45 plus AA, 50 plus AA, so like, I'm thinking maybe like, I don't know, maybe we can get an extra like 20 to 25 points there, which would push us into like maybe a tier 4 rare if we're lucky. Who knows, maybe we get insanely lucky, both get like 55 plus points, and we end up getting like, I don't know, a tier 3 rare, which would be really, really cool. But Strafeza, amazing game. Mere, amazing game. Glad that I risked him here, because a lot of my lineups did die this week, and I will show you guys all the lineups, including the dead ones. By the way, Sorare data, this is just an absolutely gorgeous update. It's just phenomenal. So yeah, we'll quickly go through the lineups. Under 23 rare has done really, really well. Looks like we should finish around 81st, it says, which is about a tier 3 rare. Very happy with that. Would love a tier 3 rare from Asia or America that I can use this summer. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, we got a little down score on Asako, who what did he get downscored for? Error led to shot is what he lost 5 points for, which is a bit disappointing. But amazing games from Mascara and Carranza basically carried us. Aiden Morris with a solid like 53.7, which is like a really respectable score. Unfortunately, Doku just didn't really get foothold in the attack of this game. It was a very rotated team, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. A tier 3 would be very, very nice to add to the gallery. Champion America Rare Pro is such an unfortunate lineup. Obviously, the tragedy that happened in the River Plate game. Rest in peace to that fan. You know, it's one of those where you, like, it's just heartbreaking. Like, you should never... A fan should never go to a football game and not return. And obviously, like, you know, it is just a heartbreaking scenario. So, you know, that's just really tough. And thoughts and prayers out to the family of the fan and to River Plate fans. It must have been absolutely traumatizing for River Plate fans to have seen that happen. If you don't know what happened, Google it. Like, you know, basically a fan died at the game. I think he fell from like the top tier or whatever. But like, you know, it doesn't really matter how it happened. It happened. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's really unfortunate. Armani was on 42 points when the game got called off. Marlon, by the way, right? Marlon is an anomaly in Sorare, right? Unfortunately, didn't get an assist with a big chance creator, which would have been absolutely just clutch, right? But Marlon is such an anomaly because this guy was sat on about 35 points until the 70th minute. I'm not kidding. He racked up like 20 AA in the last like 15 minutes of the game. As you can see as well, possession-wise, he had a terrible game. He came clutch. He's such an anomaly because, like, what I find with Marlon, which is why the only reason why I'm holding onto this card and I'm not selling into the hype, is because when he's having a quote-unquote bad game, a different area of his game is good. For example, this 100-point game came majority from defending, possession. He did, like, nothing in the attack. Absolutely nothing. It was all possession, defense, and general, right? Whereas this 93-point game, he got most of it from possession and attack, right? He did nothing in defense, and general was a bit average. And like this 80-point game again, like if his game is lacking in one area, he seems to pick it up in the other area. I love that. So yeah, I think this guy is an absolute baller. I quite enjoy watching Cruzeiro matches as well. They're quite fun. They're quite end-to-end. Hulk scored a ridiculous free kick. How it's not an area led to goal for the goalkeeper, I don't know. He should have been saving that, in my opinion, which obviously would have meant that Marlon would have got like a 72-pointer, which would have been class. Carlos Heel with a 60-point game. I don't think he could have done much more. He was everywhere. He was doing as much as he could. Just really unfortunate for him. I was hoping they'd find another duel so he'd get an extra, like, 6 points for the double-double, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. João Paulo with a great game. Now, if anyone is a Seattle Sounders, Portland Timber fan or watch this game, right, Opta really, really annoys me. First of all, I don't understand how it's only 0.5 in general, considering we got 7 points versus 5 lost points, but whatever, I don't understand how that works, right? Like, the thing that really annoys me about Opta, I feel like Opta's biggest problem is that they are opinionated as opposed to factual, right? Because whoever's scoring the game has to decide that's a duel won or that's a duel lost, right? That's a one tackle or that's an interception, or you know what I mean? And what really annoyed me is, in my personal opinion, right, 2 of the duels lost, or maybe even 3 of the duels lost, I don't think he should have had. And of course, I'm incredibly biased, right? Because he is my player and I want to score more. But even if he got an up score, what I'm talking about, it wouldn't have got me a reward. I'm just talking generally. I thought he had 2 more interceptions that they didn't give. Like, they literally didn't give an interception where a player tried to pass the ball and it just went straight to him. They give him, and this is what annoys me. Possession 1 is the most bullshit, stupid thing that they ever have in this, right? Possession 1, I think it's stupid. I don't think you should be able to get a 0.5 points for possession 1 without it being a tackle or an interception. Realistically. Now, I get it, but like, if they kick the ball up and it lands at João Paulo's feet, right? Possession 1. Brother, it's still an interception. Right, but even still, the interceptions I saw were stone cold interceptions. So yeah, I don't know. I thought they scored him horrendously. Tiquinho, I've been told it's pronounced Tiquinho, not Tiquinho. Tiquinho Suarez. Unfortunately, no goal from him in a 1-0 defeat away from home, but he's got a good game this upcoming, so I'm quite excited this upcoming weekend. I'm quite excited for his home game against Fortaleza. Just unfortunate, really. Of course, the first week that we have him, he blanks. Just how it goes. Now, this one is quite the frustrating one. Twente at home. Should have backed Proper. Don't know why I did. Don't know why I didn't back Proper. I almost put Proper in this lineup, right? And the only thing that stopped me putting Proper in this lineup was, like, to me, I thought that Sparta were going to destroy Utrecht. Now, granted, right, Vita Van Croy, 36.7 AA is insane. Absolutely insane. He literally had more AA than Proper. Had he have got the goal, he would have had, I think, more than Proper, right? He didn't have more AA. Sorry, what I meant to say is, like, if he scores a goal, +3 shot on target, then it's the goal. So he would have had more AA is what I mean. Like, because he would have got the +3 as well, right? He would have been on like 99 points. Unfortunately, a goal got disallowed for a foul. It was a foul, but it was quite weak, but it was a foul. Messi, big chance missed, big chance created. Incredibly unfortunate. Zaruki, by the way, could potentially have an assist added on. I don't think he will, but he did. Like, it was an assist, right? He passed it across. It bounced off the defender's, like, toe first. Took a very small deflection, but did take a deflection. Like, it could be an assist. It could not be an assist. So he could potentially get a +25 pointer up score here, which would push me firmly into tier 2 territory. But I don't think we will. I think we're going to be sweating to hope to hold on to a tier 3 here, which, even if we get tier 3, I'm happy, right? I'm happy with rare cards, right? Challenger, rare pro. Again, I'm gutted about Proper. I was right to throw the rest of these in this dead lineup, but Proper was one I was quite upset about. I don't know where I would have put Vita Van Croy if I played Proper in there, though. So who knows? But yeah, very, very unfortunate. Nabo didn't play. I've got no idea why. So yeah. Then Capsy 40 Super Rare, 150 points. I don't think there's much more you can do here. Like, I didn't really have the players for it. Douglas Vieira had a pretty good game in terms of his AA score. Went off injured. If anyone knows if he actually got injured or if it was just a precaution, I don't know. Yeah, Ben Khalifa came on for a couple of minutes. I don't know. I have no idea if it was actually an injury, if it was just a precaution, 89th minute. I have no idea. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments down below. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm happy with a 48-point score if he didn't get a decisive. Unfortunately, Asano in a 9-goal game did nothing. bro. He's like the only attacker that did nothing, bro. 79 points, 74 points, 91 points, 36.5. Of course, the only guy I own is the one that stinks up the gaff, gets the worst score by the goalkeeper. Such an unfortunate turn of events. Capture 40 rare, obviously we've been through that, and then the rest of them, I don't think anyone really cares about these, like, bloody blah, blah. All-star rare. This is so the reason why this lineup has been cancelled is because I got insanely lucky, and we're about to talk about this right now. Romulo has suspectedly ruptured his ACL, right? Which will put him out for 8 to 12 months. Now, I don't think it's been fully confirmed yet. It might have been. I don't know if it has been fully confirmed yet or not. But it looks like he's probably ruptured his ACL. I acted quick on this. Very quick. Saw it happen. I listed the card up, and I also tried to Pavel him. Pavel rejected a bunch of my offers. I sent him a few offers. He rejected them, right? I tried to Pavel him as quickly as possible. I couldn't. Whilst his value was still high, I tried to Pavel him. I couldn't. Pavel just kept rejecting it. I got an offer of 0.6 ETH. I cannot believe somebody offered me 0.6 ETH. I mean, what did this one? What did this one sell for? £500? 0.38, essentially. Yeah, 0.38. That's crazy. So I somehow, I mean, shout out Fulham. I appreciate you, man. I somehow got offered 0.6. Of course, I snapped his hand off. I took it straight away. Like, there was no chance I was not taking that. I just don't think this guy knew. I don't think this guy knew, essentially. He seems to buy a lot of cards. He's got a quite expensive gallery, £135,000. I just don't think he knew the extent of his injury. I snapped his hand off. I got so lucky. I'm so happy. So we actually reinvested that 0.6 ETH elsewhere, which I'm going to show you guys with my sort of summer buys and stuff. So let's jump into it. I'll sort of show you guys some of the new cards that I've picked up. I'm quite excited with some of the cards I've picked up, actually. So it's this entire front row and then Hoyos. I picked up another America goalkeeper. I picked up Hoyos from Newell's Old Boys. He is a really consistent, like, Newell's Old Boys are a decent defensive team on like in the right game. So it's like if they're at home or if they've got a good matchup, he is a solid keeper to have. So I picked him up. He's a starting keeper for Newell's Old Boys, and I just think he's a decent keeper to have. So now I've got him, Walter, and Armani. I'm debating selling Walter as well. I have got him listed up if anyone wants to buy Walter. He is a player I'm looking to sell, just because I kind of need another Asia keeper now, so I'm on the lookout for an Asian keeper. I picked up Frank Fabra because I just think, like, again, game week, what's the word? Matchup specific, he can be a really good player to have as well. And then I picked up a little Newell's Old Boy defensive stack. I picked up Velasquez, who had things been struggling with injury a little bit, but when he does play, is an absolute baller. And Mancia, who I think will also play this upcoming weekend because I believe they've got, I think it's Dilla that's red carded still. And then a big rare purchase in Daniel Soloy, who I really rate this lad. I think he's a really good player. I've been watching him for Sporting Kansas. I think him and Johnny Russell on the wings are really nice. I just think he's a really good player. He's someone that I think will have some really nice games this MLS season. And also, like, one of the biggest things for me with this summer is I'm trying to buy a lot more MLS than, for example, Asia or Argentinian League or Mexican League or whatever, because the Apple TV season pass makes the MLS so much fun to watch. I mean, you guys can see I'm wearing a Philly Union shirt. I love the MLS. And on Apple TV, it makes it so much easier to watch. Everything's always crystal clear HD. Commentary is always on point. It's always really easy to watch. I really enjoy watching the MLS on Apple TV. So that is why I'm kind of focusing a little bit more on MLS than in other leagues. So yeah, the reason why I've picked up a bunch of these cards, by the way, I guess I'll show you guys sort of what my plans are. I kind of plan ahead. So I look at, like, upcoming game weeks and sort of the potential of what we can build with upcoming game weeks. So for example, if I was to delete these lineups, right? So game week 379, for example, right? We can build a really strong All-Star Rare Pro and Champion America Rare team here with the teams that we have. So we have Newell's Old Boys against 27th in the league Union at home, or we have a choice of Armani versus 26th in the league Banfield. We have a choice of those two. Think with this one, I'm going to go with Lucas Hoyos. We have some nice matchups with the goalkeepers this game week coming up, right? Then we have Marlon of course, like straight in the team, right? Then we have Carlos Heel straight in the team, Tiquinho against Fortaleza at home, and then we have obviously Joao Paulo. So that's going to be like my champion All-Star Rare Pro team, sorry. And then with what I have left over, like, so this is what the plan was originally. I would make either a Champion America Rare or an All-Star Rare. I think Champion America Rare is where I'm leaning towards, and the reason why I'm leaning towards it mainly is because I want to win more America cards back to then put in, like, to recycle, essentially, keep everything running. So and again, it might be smarter for me to put Armani in All-Star Rare Pro and Hoyos in America Rare, off the simple basis of like partnering the players up, if that makes sense. But yeah, essentially this is what this lineup will look like. The Champion America Rare lineup, something along these lines, where I have the Newell's Old Boys defensive stack, then I have Soloy and Fernandez, and then we'll have something like Cap 240 Rare will look something similar to this, where it's like it's Walter, it's Fabra. It might not be Fabra yet. I haven't decided fully if it's going to be Fabra or not, but like it'll be Ben Khalifa, and then it might not be Fabra, it might be somebody else. It might be Oiwa, because he's got a way less L15, and then we can actually afford a little bit of a better player in this team, because this is more of like a throwaway for Cap 240 Rare, essentially. And then we've got an under 23 Rare team coming up as well. So Asako, Mascara, Aiden Morris, Julian Carranza, and Paulinho. Again, a really solid team in my opinion. So yeah, basically the point is, in Cap 240 Super Rare, of course, this is what's interesting. A lot of people don't seem to think Brad Guzan's going to start this midweek. I'm not entirely sure why, unless I think he's getting rested for some reason. I highly doubt that Brad Guzan loses his starting spot after one bad game against the Revs. But yeah, so that will basically end up with me having, if I move my camera down here for a second, sort of 5 strong lineups when most of my players are playing on a game week, which I think is really fun. It allows me to have a lot of fun with the game. I like having a bunch of lineups that have hope as well. I think they're decent lineups, right? Like, and when I say strong, the 240 teams are both, I would say, strong for getting threshold. I think they definitely have potential to get threshold on the right game week. And I think All-Star Rare Pro, Under 23 Rare, and Champion America Rare on the right game week again. If I swap Hoyos and Armani over, I think smart. On the right game week again, we have teams there that can really win some big boy rewards, and obviously matchup dependent. Looking at this now, I'm actually thinking maybe I put Marlon into Champion America Rare and Velasquez into All-Star Rare Pro, matchup dependent obviously. Yeah, with the right matchups we have some really good teams here, man, and we could get some seriously good rewards over the summer. That's sort of my strategy, is kind of just targeting different different areas. Like, I partnered some players up here and there. My strategy was always just to kind of like build depth in the gallery and try and have a bunch of lineups so that we have a really fun summer. But that's kind of it, really. We got insanely lucky with the Romelu trade, which I'm really happy about. We could also get pretty lucky with the game week. I'm kind of just waiting now to see, what sort of happens with All-Star Rare Pro and Under 23 Rare. If we somehow get a rescore and Zuki gets the assist, I'll be over the moon. I doubt it, but I'll be over the moon if it does happen. Otherwise, I think we're sweating for a tier 3, which obviously would be really nice as well. A tier 3 would be awesome. There's not that many cards left to play, so it's definite potential, I think. And yeah, and then Under 23 Rare, we'll see what happens with that too. That one's like, we are guaranteed, I think, a tier 3 from Under 23 Rare, given the 69th to 102nd, and it thinks he'll finish 80th, which would be really nice. So we should have some nice rewards coming for Tuesday. I'm quite excited. But thank you for watching the video. If you guys have enjoyed, leave a like down below. Follow my Sorare Twitter account. I'll be link in the description. Appreciate you guys chilling and watching. And yeah, I will bring you some more content over the week.